Sounded healthy. JDM versus German cars. It's a rivalry as old as time, but I'm on both teams here. I grew up customizing cars in Need for Speed and Midnight Club. Now I own a V10 BMW M5. So what I want to do today is stack up these two teams, Japanese cars and German cars, against each other in various categories, assign each one a winner in each category, and see where we stand at the end in terms of score. So I'm not going to beat around the bush. My name's Chris. Let's get to it. If you like cars, car culture, and want to watch some crazy car videos and car builds, you're at the right channel. So the first thing and the most important thing I think that I want to compare is performance. Euro cars, especially German cars, are going to give you the most bang for your buck, stock right off the lot in terms of performance. Out the door, they beat JDM cars in terms of performance almost every single time. Also, just to clarify for this list, when I was doing my research, the main car brands I looked at in terms of the German side were BMW, Mercedes, Audi, and Volkswagen. On the Japanese side, it was Toyota, Honda, and Nissan, and Lexus as well. Now, it's also known that German cars have slightly better performance in terms of acceleration at comparable horsepower. German cars completely stock beat JDM cars almost every single time. They're just really solid made cars, really good performance. BMW especially has always been a brand that's focused on performance. It's race inspired, and one of the best companies in terms of making high performance cars that come ready to drive right off the lot. Now, that's not to say JDM doesn't have performance as well. They get really good performance too. The difference in terms of Japanese cars is it's only the high-end models that have that really strong performance. Where with German cars, you get it almost across all model lines. It's something that's really ingrained in the culture over there, and it's reflected in the cars they build. Just performance from the lowest model to the best, across the board. Stock, you're gonna get more performance out of a German car off the lot. To build on this a bit too, German cars are known to have noticeably stiffer suspension, better handling, which gives them a leg up on JDM cars in terms of track performance and things like that. I think it's no question that when you think about when German cars are talked about, they're talked about as the most high performing vehicles on the market. Now, this is not talking about reliability or anything like that. This is just pure performance. The other stuff we're gonna get into later. So off the bat, to start us off, we are going 1-0 for Germany. Who will win? Let's go on to part two. Now, the second part I wanted to talk about when comparing JDM cars to German cars is their tunability. Although German cars come off the lot with really high performance and beat JDM almost every single time, that tends to switch when talking about tunability. It's much easier to take a $5,000 JDM car and build it into an absolute monster than it is to take a $5,000 or $10,000 German car and do the same thing. It's just much more affordable. There's more part availability. It's easier to work on. There's tons of reasons, but the tunability of JDM cars is just simply unmatched. Talking about tunability as well, on the German side of things, although they're really powerful stock, they're notoriously expensive to modify. I should know I drive a BMW M5, and in terms of maintenance or performance mods or anything like that, you are spending exponentially more than you would with a Japanese car. It's just not comparable. Now, there are some super iconic JDM engines out there that we know are just known for almost unlimited tunability. The main one is the 2JZ engine series. This one is just, there's so much potential there, and you can see tons of people, just look on YouTube, have got the most out of this engine when you just simply can't get that from German engines because the tunability just isn't there, or it's so out of reach due to the cost. Now, some notable JDM cars that have this insane tunability are the Nissan 240, 350, and 370Z lines. Those ones are extremely popular to build. And you've also got the Subaru BRZ and the Toyota 86. Again, one of the most popular cars you see out there today in terms of JDM builds. Super easy, super affordable, easy to work on, and just a car that has got a lot of potential. One of the most notably, obviously, and I'm sure you've already thought about this when I brought up JDM tuning, is the Toyota Supra MK4. I know it's overhyped and talked about so much, but it does have that tunability. You've seen so many of these cars turned into absolute exotic car killers with 800, 900, 1,000 horsepower. It's insane. And you just can't do that with the German car as easily as you can with some of these JDM cars. Tunability is going to Team JDM, so now we're standing at 1-1. Now the next one, we're moving a bit away from performance, more towards aesthetics, and this is just the looks and the aftermarket parts available for the cars. Now I know because this is based on looks, it's a very subjective topic. You may lean one way or the other, so I'm gonna try and keep it as generic as possible so we can kind of come to an agreement. Now I want to start by saying I don't even think this is comparable at all, because these are two completely different cultures aesthetically in terms of how you build your car. Especially in Japanese car culture, you have so many subcultures that it's just so hard to come to a concrete decision. But I did my best. So the way I actually decided this is based on cultural relevance today. And for me, it's Team JDM again. And that's because of, if you look at the Fast and Furious movies, if you look at the video games that are out, if you look at the YouTube videos, if you look at any kind of social media platform, the majority of cars and car culture that you see being built, and this goes back to, the affordability, the performance, the tunability, is JDM cars. I think when people think car culture, the first car that pops into their head, almost, 9 out of 10 times, it's not gonna be a Mercedes AMG, it's not gonna be, a Volkswagen Golf, unless you own that car. But in general, I think most people think of, Nissan GTR R34, the Toyota Supra MK4. It's those kinds of cars that have really made car culture iconic today. And so when it comes to the aesthetic and comes to the looks of cars, I think JDM wins it almost every single time. I think Japan creates the most unique looking cars out there in terms of when those people build them. You've even seen them take German cars and turn them into something completely insane over in Japan with the wide body kits and brands like Liberty Walk that make some of the craziest kits you've ever seen. It's just not as comparable. German car culture is much cleaner, much sleeker, not as exaggerated. They're more focused on performance and, aerodynamics and racing, where in Japanese car culture, it's all about how good and how unique can I make my car look. And I absolutely love that, and I actually relate to that a lot. So in terms of looks, although it's subjective, I gotta give it to JDM, which sets our score at 2-1 for Team JDM compared to German cars. Up next, and this is a very important one if you're thinking of buying one of these cars eventually, either a German or a Japanese car, is maintenance and overall costs of owning the car. Now, right off the bat, when you're buying a car, almost every single time, a German car is gonna cost you more, just the price tag on the car, than it would if you bought a JDM car. Although they're great at performance, German cars are notoriously unreliable and the maintenance is extremely expensive. I should know, I own one of the most unreliable German cars ever made, the BMW M5 E60. Although I do gotta say it's super unique and there's nothing that sounds like that V10. If you wanna see more of that car and wanna watch me build it, I'm doing it right here on this channel. Make sure you sub, we're about to hit 1,000. Be one of those first 1,000, I'm not gonna forget it. When you're looking at the JDM side of things, parts availability compared to German cars is much easier. There's tons of aftermarket makers making the parts that you need for your JDM car. Where for German cars, it's a far smaller market, which means everything is gonna be more expensive. It is known, and it's been said by many mechanics out there, that Japanese cars are much easier to work on than German cars. It's just the way they're built, it's the mechanics behind it. They're just much easier to work on, especially if you wanna do it yourself. JDM all the way. So if I had to sum it up in kind of one sentence, here's what I'll say. If you've got the money to spend, buy yourself a German car, because off the lot it's gonna give you, that performance and everything you need just for a stock car. But in terms of costs and maintenance, be prepared to pay more down the line, because anytime there's an issue, it's gonna cost you. Whereas let's say you're young, you're looking for your first car, you don't have too much money, JDM all the way, especially if it's a car you're gonna work on yourself. You're gonna wanna get something that you can actually get parts for and not break the bank for. And on the other hand of things, there's a YouTube tutorial on any JDM repair you could ever want for any car make. So it's much easier to work on these cars yourself than it is, for example, a German car. That puts us at 3-1 for Team JDM, because maintenance costs and just overall cost of the car is going to JDM as a winner every single time. Lastly, I'm gonna end it with this, and I think this is the most important thing when it comes to cars, is just the drive of the car. How does it feel when you're in it and you're cruising around? Now, this is where German cars are really, really strong. The Germans are amazing at making sturdy, smooth, responsive cars that make you feel like you're driving a race car almost in every single model of, let's say, BMW or Mercedes that you buy. They're comfortable while not sacrificing any type of performance or road feel, which is really, really good, because you get that road race experience while still not feeling like you're sitting in a plastic bucket seat. And again, I know I've said this before, but I believe German cars, and I think the culture reflects it, is all about race inspiration. They are built for performance, and the drive reflects that too. Germans make the best manual transmissions in the world. They're known for that. And although JDM does it very well too, Germans just have really responsive, snappy gearboxes. Germans just got it right when it came to manual cars, absolutely. On the JDM side of things, these are almost like the garage-built race cars, if you can think of it that way. They have very minimalistic interiors and then give you that hard, harsh road feel, which again, you may love, because if that's what you want, then that's what you're gonna get, for sure. I think it has to go to German cars in terms of overall drive experience, because it's built with race inspiration in mind. It's built for comfort while still not sacrificing that road feel. So it gives you the best of both worlds, while JDM is pure raw road with, again, minimalistic interiors to boot. So when it comes to the drive, in my opinion, I'm gonna give this one to Team Germany, which puts us overall at 3 for Team JDM and 2 for Team Germany, rounding out our list here. I don't think either of the brands in this list or these car cultures are worse than each other by any means. This was just a fun comparison to do. And again, I myself drive a BMW, so it pains me to say this, but just based on this list, the winner has to be JDM. And the main reasons for that are the cultural relevance that the JDM and JDM aesthetic has today, the crazy customizability like we talked about. You have just seen the most unique cars come out of this culture and out of this country. The low upfront costs of purchasing the car, as well as the lower maintenance costs than you're gonna see with German cars. So JDM wins that every single time. And overall, and I think this is the most important reason why I think JDM wins, is just the accessibility to these types of cars, which is what we want in the car culture, right? We want more people to get involved, and we want to grow the culture as much as we can. And if JDM cars are the way that we're going to do that, because it's more affordable and easier to own and customize a JDM car than it is to own a German car, then I fully support that. And so for that reason, JDM is going to win this list, as much as it pains me. Team V10 forever, M5. But let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with my list? Which points would you change, or which team would you give the wins to if you could? Let me know down in the comments below, and let me know if you want me to do another head-to-head like this. If you like what you saw, please leave a sub and a like. It really helps me out. Like I said, we're about to hit 1,000 subs, which is super exciting. It's a big milestone for me, and I hope you can be a part of it. If you want to follow the build of my M5, that's all being done on this channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at Chris Manjuris. And if you want to expand your car culture aesthetic, go check out apparelbyenemy.com, my car apparel merch brand. We just had some new releases in terms of long sleeves, tees, and hoodies, and I'm doing a full new color release where we're re-releasing our existing designs in new colors coming in the new year, so that's going to be right around the corner. Apparelbyenemy.com, it's in the description below. 15% off when you sign up by email. Go get yourself something. You're going to find something you love, I promise you. And as always, I will catch you in the next video. My name's Chris. Thank you.